Motocross is one of the most lucrative and growing sports in Uganda and the East African region. In Uganda, the sport attracts over 80 entries each outing, and over 100 participants are registered at regional events, including the FIM Central Africa Championship. The journey that has brought the sport this far dates back in the colonial days before the rise of local stars in the post-independence Uganda. Arthur Blick Senior is one of the post-independence racing stars who has lived to see the sport rise from grass to grace. Arguably the most decorated sportsman in Uganda, Arthur Blick Senior was born in 1947 to George William and Molly Blick. He attended Namilango Junior School for Primary 1 before he was transferred to Aga Khan School.
I started in Primary 1 in Namilango Primary School under the sisters, nuns, under the nuns. Then because of the religious effect there of kneeling too much or rosary praying and all those things, so I didn't like that much, so my parents had to take me to Aga Khan School.
The second born in the family of 5, Arthur joined St. Henry's College, Chitovu for Senior 1 and later moved to Kololo Senior Secondary School.
I finished my primary on Independence Day in '62. Then I went to St. Henry's College, Chitovu. I was there for a year and a half, but because of French, I didn't like French very much. But that school there, you had to study French by force. It was a forceful subject, so me, I left. And I came to Kampala, Kololo Senior Secondary. So that's where I did my Senior 3 and Senior 4.
In the interest of self-defense against his big brother, Paddy Blick, Arthur enrolled for boxing training at Aga Khan School.
My brother, Paddy, was a bully. He used to bully me a lot because I had whooping cough when I was a young guy. So when I had whooping cough, I was a tiny little fellow. So he used to give me a few blows here and then every now and then. I used to see my mother running after him and giving him a few blows as well on my behalf. So I saw that wasn't very nice for me. So when I was in the Aga Khan School, there was Tom Kawere who used to be a trainer of boxing. He used to come to Aga Khan School there, and he used to train us in boxing. I was in primary 5, 6, up to 7, I was doing boxing in the Aga Khan School. So all that I was doing because of my brother.
He later picked interest in racing after watching several racing events at Nakivubo Stadium.
Our parents, as I said, used to love sports, so they used to take us to Nakivubo Stadium when there were motorcycle racing, grass track racing there. By then, those days the Indians were there, the Europeans, Muzungu people, and some Asians. They used to do grass track racing there in Nakivubo Stadium. The Dick Kawesa and some other European, they are the ones doing that sport. So we used to go and watch because my parents loved, so they used to take us to go and watch motorcycles. Then me and Paddy said, since these people do it, we'll also do it one day.
Arthur Blick recalls the type of bikes they would race with at Nakivubo Stadium in the late 60s.
They were old ex-police bikes, BSS 650 and Triumph 500cc.
When his big brother Paddy left for America for further studies, Arthur became the undisputed racing champion in the country and won back-to-back titles for 14 years.
He went to America for 3 years to study veterinary medicine. And I said, good, now that is my chance to ride. So the bikes were there, I started riding.
He deviated from his father's vice to study medicine in England for a course in agriculture at Bukalasa Agriculture Institute in Luwero.
My father wanted me to do medicine, so he paid school fees in Europe. But me, I didn't want to go there. So, because at that time I was racing motorcycles and I was a champion, so I didn't want to go. So I took a shorter cut. I went to Bukalasa Agricultural College and for 3 years, and I studied agriculture, general agriculture, and I finished in '69.
Arthur also did motor rally, snooker, badminton, rugby and squash. He attributes his sporting success to his mother Molly Blick, who was also a sportswoman.
My mother She used to do a lot of sports. Even she used to play football with the boys there when she was growing up on the village there. Then she was doing netball. So she loved sports.
However, in July 1982, Arthur, who was racing in a fundraising event at Kakindu Stadium in Jinja, got a terrible accident that injured his spinal cord and has since confined him in a wheelchair.
There was a lot of dust. So my cousin Johnny was leading the race. So I was following to overtake. You know, when you're trying to overtake somebody who's on the line all the time, is in front all the time, is keeping on the line, you have to ride from the outside, which means you have to travel much faster, to ride much faster, because you are covering a longer distance. So I was traveling very fast. Then as I was about to overtake him, I fell down. My bike just slid and fell down because I was very fast. Fell down, but because there was too much dust, I was trying to get up. And as I was getting up, I was on my knees and on the hands like this, getting up. Then this rider comes from behind, passes over my back, and rode over my back. So my spinal column got damaged.
He says by 1982, at the age of 33, he had won 660 trophies across all the sports he participated in.
I was a national champion for 14 years. I was East African champion for 3 years. And so in the 70s, when I needed a new bike from Sweden, I gave back to the motorcycle club 250 trophies, and they brought me a brand new Husqvarna from.
After the accident that saw him spend 6 months bedridden, Arthur resorted to his garage on Lubaga Road and farming. Noah Walakira, NTV Sport.